Hey, this is Scott from PRSSetups.com, the place where you get two builders, two different setup packs for 15 bucks a month. We're at Daytona. Taking a lap is pretty boring, but we will go over it real quick. And I'll go over some other stuff that's even more important than the driving line. So you just want to, on qualifying, left side's on that seam. When you start entering the corner, you'll feel the wheel get kind of light, and you want to kind of follow that in. Make sure you're not putting any resistance on the wheel. That's going to be the highest speed. And when you get around the corner here and you're coming out of the turn, you'll feel the wheel kind of want to come back out. Just allow it to unwind on the resistance of the wheel. Put your lefts on the seam right here. You want to stay away from the wall. There's some drag on the wall. It's same here where you want the wheel to be very, very light when you're coming in here. Keep the resistance low. Just hug the bottom. And then the same here where you'll feel the wheel kind of give you some resistance to go back to the right. Just allow it to do it. Be as smooth as possible. Lefts on the seam here. And then as straight as you can to the start-finish line. Alright, and that is a lap for qualifying race. You're going to run all over the place. But realistically, what I want to show is pit road entry. This is like the most important thing. So for strategy, if the race goes green, which is very rare, you're going to take 4 tires. If the race has 15 laps left, usually that's 1 can of gas, so you want to take a right. So if you can get to 15 laps to go, fuel runs about 30 to 35, so 15 is a safe number to take 2 tires. If you take that extra can, that's an extra 3 or 4 seconds. It's almost just enough time to put on 4, but you know what? That might be a risk for losing the draft and things like that. So it's up to you. 20 laps to go, 25 laps to go. The tires don't wear here. I mean, you can put 2 tires on and leave the lefts on for the whole race. But like I said, if it's right at halfway, you can put 4 tires on and not have the penalty because you're waiting on fuel at that point. So let's go to the interior pit road, because this is like the hardest thing for a lot of people, because the packet's split up and you're going to have green flag stops at some point. Alright, so you're going low, and what you're looking for is right here at the wall break. It's a wall break right here, and this is going to be your stopping zone right when it hits the A pillar. You can see right here. See, I go full brake. You are braking as hard as you can right here when that A pillar hits the brake in the track. This is a tiny bit conservative, but if you go any deeper, you're pray that you don't hit anybody or lock up or whatever, go over it. So let's see, when do I actually hit 60? So I'm full brake. I'm at 65 and I've got, maybe 50 feet to the line here, maybe less, maybe 30 feet. So if you broke 30 feet sooner, you could probably make it to the line right at 60, but that's up to you. I showed you where would be a safe place to brake, and you've got to be on it pretty heavy. I mean, you can see I'm still at 80% lifting to get to where the line is. And then your pit, if you have the spotter count you down, when he says 1 and he finishes that 1 sentence, 3, 2, 1, you hit the brakes right after he says 1 and go full brake. I'm braking real hard. These super speedway brakes are much to be desired, if you will. Get in there and you get serviced. So that's kind of the strategy. 2 tires, for the majority of the time, unless you got to go a full fuel run. The other thing to make a note is that if you're drafting, and some people like to run full throttle and use the brake to slow down, you're going to use significantly more gas doing that way. You can have a better fuel calculator if you use the iRacing laps, where you can add laps to it. I always add an extra 2 laps, so my lap adder for the fuel is always plus 3 laps. So the other thing is, if you are in the pack and you end up leading, you're going to be like 2 or 3 laps shorter on fuel at that point if you lead the whole way. I've been burnt on running out of gas because I had been in the pack and then I was leading wide open the whole time, and I can't make it because I don't have enough gas. So make sure you set your fuel calculator up a little bit to make sure you have enough gas. If you're back in the pack and you find yourself leading, it's always insurance. If there's a green-white checker, no one's going to pit. It'd be silly to pit. So that's another reason why you might want to take a little extra fuel if you have a potential for a green-white checkered finish, and you might be a little close. And just have fun and good luck this week.